Oh, hello. Thanks for stopping by. I was just looking for a manuscript. Oh, here it is. A short story. Would you like me to read it for you? Are you sitting comfortably? Well, let's begin. Simon and the Sharks. Once upon a time, not so long ago, somewhere on the Green Islands, lived a boy called Simon. Simon had done some really silly things in his life, but generally he was a good, well-meaning boy. Not that anyone else in the world seemed to believe that for one moment. Things had not quite worked out for Simon how he hoped they would. He had tried hard in school, as was expected. He had had lots of different jobs, none of which worked out. He'd had a few girlfriends that he loved, but they hadn't worked out either. One of Simon's girlfriends had a son with him, but she'd gone away with him when he was a year old, and they hardly saw or spoke to each other ever again. Now, despite learning about the one Jewish God and how God had created the world in 7 days, and how God's Son, Jesus Christ, had died on the cross for our sins and rose again, Simon was not completely silly. He knew that this ancient death trap system, unfairly blamed on Green Islands, where it had never come from, was not really Christianity, no matter how much people were told it was. And Simon also knew that God had created lots of other animals that we had to live with, that could sometimes really be quite dangerous to people. Like big apes, dogs, big cats or rats, snakes or sharks. Simon was not particularly prejudiced against sharks, even though he knew sharks had been known to kill people. Simon did not really discriminate against sharks over any other creatures in the world, whatever they were, big apes or dogs, big cats or rats, or even snakes. Simon did not try catching sharks for sport or fun with great big fishing hooks. Simon didn't even have a fishing boat. Simon liked fish, but it didn't mean he sailed out to sea in a big trawler to try and catch as many fish as he could and claiming they were all his. No, Simon was not as crazy and mad as everyone seemed to think Simon was. And although Simon did not hate sharks and was not particularly prejudiced against sharks compared to any other animal in the world, and didn't really discriminate against sharks compared to all the other creatures in the world, it certainly did not mean that Simon ever wanted to be left all alone at sea, surrounded by lots and lots of sharks, with a storm brewing. The end. Well, I hope you can stop by next time, if there is a next time. Until then, as they used to say on the Green Islands. Goodbye.